All right, good morning, everybody. Eddie the Block here, Relic Extractors, along with my buddy Tony Hernandez. Come out to dig the epic dump with me this morning. He's fixing to get down into this hole over here behind us, right there. And Gene will be meeting us around 9 o'clock. It's about 6:30 right now. And I'm going to go continue over on where I've been digging, cleaning that hole out and widening it up. And we'll see what we can get. So we're going to hammer down on it, and as soon as something good comes out, we'll get you on here. Maybe do a little bit of live streaming in between video clips here. So we'll see if I know a couple of you guys were asking last night on the auction. And real quick, and I know this sounds like old hat, but I got to call someone out. So, you know, Heather Browning, aka Heather's Treasures. It would be nice if you returned $123 that does not belong to you to Annie. You know, you bid on items on my auction and you never paid for them. And when I give you 3 weeks to make good on it and you don't, I'm going to call you out by name. Ask anyone else that knows me. I have no problem doing it. So, get it taken care of and get it taken care of ASAP. Or I'm going to stick this little doe over here on you. Look at that little doe over there. There she goes. So, no, but all seriousness, you know, that is really a rotten thing to do. And I know you support Travis and his channel. So if you did that to be spiteful, then you know what? You're just as low as they are. So don't think you're going to get over on us. It ain't going to happen. Now let's do some digging. Yeah, guys, the mosquitoes are bad today. I already sprayed myself once, but they're still buzzing pretty good. I'm going to have to coat myself pretty good. So we're going to give these T-Rex gloves here a go today that I got from Kentucky Digger Steve. So I'm going to strap those things on in a couple minutes, and we're going to get back down into it here. At least it looks like nobody messed with my hole. So I got my steps going down. This is going to get widened out here today to at least right here. And then I'm going to have to carve a couple more steps so I can get out of here later. So yeah, let me take care of some business and we'll get rolling. Stay tuned. Man, it is humid. At least it's shady. It's really early yet, so probably just around 7 o'clock. And there you go. It's all water. So this general area right here that's got the water in it, I've already plucked whatever bottles were laying in the bottom of this particular spot out. So it's just going to be widening the hole up here a little bit in each direction at that level right in here. And then as I shave it off, I'm just going to let it sit in the hole here, so I got a place to stand without getting too messy. And like right here where my feet are, I got to check that out a little bit better too. Boy, these mosquitoes are relentless today, and I've sprayed myself twice. They're on a mission today. So bunch of bloodsuckers. So yeah, I'm just gonna shave this off here where I'm standing, see if there's anything on the very bottom in this particular spot, and then I'm gonna just start widening. God, I can't say the word today. This up a little bit this way, then I'll go over here a little bit, and then I'm just gonna start taking this down and I guess just fill it in a little bit so I got a place to stand, and then work my way, you know, left and right. So little bromo came out, and slick chemical, and that's it so far. So we'll get back at you. Stay tuned. All right, guys, a couple stabs into the wall down here where the rust is, and I got a bottle showing. Not sure what it is yet. It's in there really good, so I'm gonna have to cut this all back, and I should be able to do a live pull on that for you in a minute. I'm going to chip up and around it a little bit, see what we got going on. And then once it's loose, we'll turn you back on and see what it is. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Popped out this terracotta planter base that was on top of it, along with, this is pretty indicative, like tar paper and old wood that was on top of these. This should be loose enough for me to pull. Looks like it might be a big old Sweeney's. Be nice if it's a blob. Actually, it might be a whiskey. Maybe a soda. Yeah, it's a soda. Let's see. Looks like a big old Isaac crayons. Yep, big old Isaac crayons. Would have been nice if that was a blob, but nonetheless, we'll see how. Like I said, they're common, but like I said, find them that one that doesn't have any damage on it at all. That's the key. So first legit find of the day here, really nice quart size Isaac crayons crown, and we'll probably take it back and save it for a future auction. So yeah, and while I'm at it, speaking of auctions, I'm probably going to take a break from auctions for a little while, guys. Outside of the couple raffles that we got going on. And so what I'll do is I'm just going to put up a post of the raffle stuff that Annie and I have. And, you know, you leave your comments. So you got to look at the comments to see if anybody's claimed any spots or not. So, yeah, and check with the reply underneath it to, you know, to see. And if you're not sure, just give me throw me a message, and I'll let you know what spots are available as we move along. So, you know, no offense to anyone. I'm just not really generating the sales. You know, I don't want to make it sound like it's about the money, because it's not, but a couple dollars does help. And after last night's auction of only pulling in $41 and running 15 bottles, you know, after a 10-hour day of work, just, you know, kind of took the steam out of me a little bit as far as that goes. But I'm going to concentrate on doing more of this, you know, get some more digging videos in, and, you know, we'll take it from there. So, you know, it is what it is, and I'm just going to step back for a little bit and run a couple things that we got going on right now, and concentrate on digging. So, all right, stay tuned. We'll be back. All right, moving a little bit further to the right. This is where the crayons came out, and not sure what it is yet. It does have a square base to it. Hopefully it's like an embalming fluid or something like that. So we'll see. I don't think it's loose enough to pull. Give me a second. I still don't have this wide enough for me to really kneel down in here. So I'm going to do my best. Let's see. Yeah, I might be able to pull it. Ready? Yeah, she's coming. Let's see what it is. Nothing special. This was going to be my second guess. It's a maple syrup. Crown top, square, pure maple syrup. But you see it right there. It's a golden tree, pure syrup. Both panels. Well, all 4 panels. Too bad that wasn't applied. So, alright. Another find though. Keep plugging along. Stay tuned. Just had this little guy fall in the hole. Little tree frog. So I'm going to set him about. Don't need him getting squished. Right, little fella? Yeah, we like our frogs. Cute little guy. Bring me some luck, will you? and get that ash and everything off you. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll let the little tree frog go. Let him be happy. Blowing at the mosquitoes. All right, guys, I'm going to show you. This, like I said, this is pretty much what I'm after in this area. This one's broken, obviously, but I'm going to see if I can get it out and see if it's repairable or not. It is a CROCK, and you can't tell, but on the lower, it's upside down, is the little handles. So it's a small butter CROCK. I don't know if it's got any cobalt design on it or not. But yeah, see it right down in the rust. So this is going to take me a little bit. Actually, it's going to take me quite a bit to finagle this. And I got to knock some of this down off the top here first, and then clean it out again before I can even attempt to pull this thing out in however many pieces it may be in. And then I'm just going to do take a break and keep going. Widening it up, staying low, as low as possible, and we'll see what else comes out. Stay tuned. Hopefully this CROCK can be repaired and it's something decent. All right, guys. Well, I already knew it was broken. So there's the two halves. The whole bottom's knocked out of it. And that was where it came out of. Right there in the slop. So that's kind of what I'm after in this area. But this is the issue we're going to run into. Most of them are going to be broken. And, you know, because they dumped a clay cap with shale on top of this particular level here in the pit. So I'm just going to persevere. I'm going to take a little break. That actually took a lot to get that out of there. And there's other glass in there, so I'm going to clean this out a little bit after I take my break, and we'll see what else comes out. Nice little probably 2-gallon, would have been a 2-gallon, maybe 1.5, little butter CROCK. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, check that out, guys. To those of you who don't know, and quote unquote, it's just a crown top. Let me explain to you something about these. For those of you who don't know, some of you may know. This is obviously an amber Hinchliffe Brewing and Malting Company out of Paterson, New Jersey. So to the general public, you would probably toss this if you dug it. Now, here's the catch. These ambers are very tough to get. You will probably dig 1,000, if not more, of the clear and aquas before you come across an amber. This, in 5 years, is probably maybe the 4th or 5th one I've pulled out of here over a 5-year period. And a dump that's loaded with Hinchliffe, Cats, and Spratler and Manel bottles. Yeah, not so easy to find. So this is right now the find of the day at about a $25 to $30 beer bottle. And so we'll take that back with us. We'll clean it up. And we're going to mosey on and see what else we can pluck out of here. Stay tuned. All right, guys, quick update. I just had this whole chunk right here fall off, so I got to clean that out. Like I said, this is what's dangerous about this, so that's why I'm going really slow with it. And you got to have a lot of patience. And as hot as it is today, make sure you got plenty of fluids. I got some Powerades this morning. And Tony brought some waters too, so we'll be able to stay hydrated. I do have a bottle back in there, quite a ways in. Can't really get to it yet. Just a couple things. Excuse me. I just sprayed some more bug spray. Now I'm choking on it. Got broken milk. Can't see any embossing. I couldn't even tell you where it came from. So get that up out of here. Strap side whiskey top. Get that out of here. And I was throwing out these huge chunks of amber. If this was an albuminized food, this probably would have been the biggest one I ever seen. It would have had to been at least a gallon with a mouth like that. So it's got that type of top on it. The same type of top as the albuminized food jars. So that's what I'm going to chalk it up as. That would have been the biggest one I ever dug if it was whole. I mean, the shards I was pulling out were massive. And like I said, I thought it was just like a big chemical until this top came out. So that's that. And I got another piece of that CROCK right there that I pulled out earlier. Right there. Broken candlestick stand and a goblet. And that's about it. So break time. Take a 5-minute break here. Stare at this mess and then clean it out. And I'm probably gonna have to knock a little bit more of that down, very, very gently, to get in there to pull that bottle out. It's in the wall just above that rust down there. Not sure what it is. Maybe a soda, maybe a whiskey. I don't know. I can only see part of the cylindrical shape of it. It's laying sideways in there, so stay tuned, and we'll get back at you when I at least get it loose. We'll see what we can do. Stay tuned, guys. I was just thinking, I went on my rant this morning calling out Heather Browning, Heather's Treasures, Heather's History Hunters, whatever you want to call her. Another one with 20 names like some other people we know. That's really down low what you did to my wife. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of people on my channel and other people's channel. I may be abrasive, but I'm not a liar. Okay? And anyone and everyone that knows my wife will be mortified to know what you've done to her by taking $123 off of her and not returning it. I was on top of you not paying your bill because she made a little mistake of sending you $123 instead of requesting $123 from you. And now you're going to sit here and ignore messages from myself, Annie, and even Jean, who you contacted originally, asking about my auction just a couple weeks ago. And then you just disappear like a ghost. Well, you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. So your name's going to get thrown out there. And I'm really, really, really aggravated the more I think about it. I'm not going to let it spoil my day here, but you know what? I'm getting it off my chest. I've told everyone, you can say or do whatever you want about me, to me, but don't ever, don't ever do anything to hurt my wife in any way, shape, or form. So we do have PayPal involved. I will let everyone know that your account is frozen right now until that $123 and change gets returned to Annie. So everyone out there that's going to be having an auction, don't let her bid because she's got no way to pay for it. So with that being said, I'm going to carry on. And shame on you, Heather. Shame on you. All right. Can't go back any further there. It's too compromised. I did pull a couple things out. Jean just showed up, so one of the finds is top side of the hole. If I remember, I'll get it on there. It's broken, but open pontil. So, I mean, I know they're in here. They just don't come around too often. So, did get this. Nothing over the top, but a nice, nice olive-colored blob mineral water. And a couple slicks, light bulb, bromo seltzer, a little bromo from earlier, and a couple other odds and ends, but again, nothing over the top. I'm still waiting to hit a sweet spot in here. I did find another piece of that CROCK, so I think the only thing that's missing out of it is the bottom, so that's a lost cause right there, that poor sucker. So that would have been a nice little butter crock right there. So other than that, I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer, and we'll see what else pops out. All right, guys, stay tuned. Whew. Even though this hole was redug, it's one of the toughest holes I've ever dug. I get into some virgin wall down here on the bottom. It is just, I mean, you can see there's just water. I got to stay just above it, and I already went back about 2-3 foot there, so that's too compromised there, especially with all this, you know, this cast off here. That's all it is. This is all stuff that was, you know, tossed over or dug from a hole over here just behind me. So you know, I know I'm repeating myself, but there's a couple bottles just above the rust layer here. I can't tell if this one is a blob or not. I'm gonna see if I can even get down in here and show you. Let me move my shovel up here out of the way, and where did it go? Could have sworn. Ought to just be a darn rock. Felt like glass. Maybe not. Playing tricks on myself. I could have sworn I had a bottle showing there. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Alright, I'll get back at you. If it is a bottle somewhere in here, I could have sworn I felt some glass, so I'll have to just take it easy. Hopefully I don't break it. Stay tuned. Alright, guys, and just like that, the dig is over. At least in this spot. This whole thing just broke right off, and you can see it's still, right as I was grabbing my phone, it's still cracking right along here. And I was like right about here, and 8-9 foot down and 3 foot back. So I felt one little trickle come down on the back of my neck, and I got up out of there, and there you can see that whole brick layer right there. So I'm usually anything above it you're not going to find too much. So from there up to right about here is probably virgin ground level. So you got 2 feet of BS you got to get through just to get to the brick. And then after the brick is clay and shale, which a lot of people think is the bottom when it's not. So yeah, it's not taking much. Plus it's still wet. So just like that, my finds were taken away from me today. This did come out some type of probably cold cream or makeup lid. Neat little green flower pattern with some gold trim on it. So excuse me. And yeah, I mean, you know, more than last time, but this was the norm right here. A lot of broken stuff. Let me see if I can reach it while I'm talking about it. This was like an oil lamp or something. Gene dug up the same one that was broken. And there's that open panel. Really open, right? Because of the hole in the bottom. But you can see around it where the open panel was. So, like I said, they're in here. It's not like digging a privy. And no offense to anyone who digs privies, but if you used to dig a dump and then you dig a privy, you get spoiled by the privy because everything's contained in a small area. A little bit, I don't want to say easier to dig, but you know, you get a lot more in a concentrated area, and you know, you don't have to search as much for the glass. So everything's contained in a 4 foot by 4 foot, 8 foot deep hole. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go see how Tony's making out in a minute. I'm gonna gather up the stuff I got here, what I'm gonna take, which isn't much, and we'll go see how he's making out. Gene's all the way in the back. He's gonna come out about 12 o'clock, so we can swap bottles, and this way I can get Pete's mailed out to him with his other stuff, which he's already paid for, and then he's got a couple for me and a couple for Tony, so that we dropped off. So yeah, other than that, just a few. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a half dozen bottles in that little lid right there. I'll take that back. Chef Annie might have a milk glass jar that'll fit on. That might look pretty decent, so we'll take that with us, and maybe she can use it as like a trinket jar or something like that. And other than that, that's it for me. Tough sledding again, and I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not redigging this again. Nope, not happening. I'd rather go dig out the hole right where this big tree is here on the other side. Gene and I were down about 11 foot, so it graduates. So, you know, the more you go left here, it gets shallower, you know, 4 or 5 foot, then like 8, 9, 10 foot here. Then as you get over here, it drops off anywhere between 11 to 16 feet. 16 feet we've dug in this dump. So, you know, that's something we gotta consider. Check this little bugger out. I just saw in my cast off. I wonder if, that lid's too big for this, but another little cold cream jar or something. Yeah. Well, Annie might have a lid for that one. So, yep. That's kind of like the style I'm looking for that thing. Other than that, guys, we'll see if Tony's got anything decent. And we'll wait to hear from Gene before we head on out of here. And then Tony and I are going to Cugino's today. Picking up some killer pizza. Cugino's, the official pizzeria of the relic extractors. So, all right, guys. We'll catch you on the flip. Stay tuned. Alright, guys. I get up out of my hole to go see how Tony's doing after I had a collapse. And he doesn't even tell me he's coming back here where Gene is, all the way in the back. So I'm walking down the service road here now. And see what those two characters are up to, and see if he's got anything. I mean, I don't care he came back here. It just would have been nice to know, since I was left alone to get collapsed on. Ooh, excuse me. I'm only kidding. But yeah, so I'm gonna come sneaking up on them here real quick and see what they're doing. I should go up top and walk the ridge down and come down over top of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. All right, I'll get back at you in a little bit, guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm topside of those guys. I can hear the shovels hitting the ground. When they first did this, I see a tree fell across right here. When they first built these condos, and they plowed this all over through here. It was great for metal detecting. And then this level here used to be about 6-7 foot lower, which is the bank where they're working over here right now. And then this little level here goes up a little bit more, and that whole area in there is all like 20s, 30s, even up into the 40s. A lot of Art Deco sodas, Orange Crushes, the Sweeney's here from Middletown, and we can see those wildflowers down there in the distance. It's kind of around where that D box is. I found a nice Palmer's cologne. There's definitely old stuff in here too. But when they first did this and it was all dirt before all this grew in, we were cutting channels in the bank, and then every time it rained it was just washing out, and I'd come up here like once a month and then just gather up all the bottles. I've got quite a few blobs, some Master Inks that had washed out once the rain took care of it. This tree here is starting to go, but it's laying in the crotch of that other one. Looks like a groundhog made his home in here. It looks like he's kicked out some stuff. That might be a fox den, actually. I see fox poopy. That's that red fox that's running around here. So, alright. So we're going to go sneak up on them guys. Let's see what this is here. What is this? Some stupid ball. Alright. Let's see if we can sneak up on them. We'll keep it quiet. I gotta zone in on them. Probably just on the other side of this big tree that's leaning. Boy, when that thing falls, it's gonna make a lot of freaking noise, that's for sure. Okay, I gotta step over these here. Hear the blue jays. Hear the glass getting tossed down the hill. So they moved up some. He's not in the same hole he used to be. Surprise attack. Maybe. I see Gene. He's down on the other side of this tree right here, down low. Smell that cigarette all the way up here. Hey, sir, do you have permission to be here?
I like digging in the wintertime better.
Alright, guys, I'll get back to you in a second. Hold up. Check this little thing out here, guys. Gene just popped out. It says Rajite on it. He goes, I wonder what that was. I said, it looks like a spark plug to me. So I looked him up, and that's what it was. It's made during World War I, and it's a spark plug for airplane engine. So that was a neat little find, even though it's missing the rest of the plug, just to identify it. And there's one currently on eBay, new old stock in the original box. They were manufactured in Bloomfield, New Jersey, and they were made for the U.S. government, so they probably went into the World War I fighter planes. And my phone is not really focusing on it, but yeah. So keep your eyes out for old airplane spark plugs. $250. All right, guys. Gene's just plugging away over there. Tony's over there, looking for a pot of gold at the end of an empty rainbow. All right, guys. We'll see you back in a bit. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Me and Tony here, we're headed over to Cagino's now. Gene stayed, and he said he's going to dig till maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, so hopefully he pulls out something decent today before he ventures home. And it's probably, it says 85 degrees here on Tony's dash. It's a little piping at 12:30. 12:30 in the middle of the day. It's 85 degrees. It's not even the hottest part of the day yet. So yeah, we're gonna head over and get some pizza, bring some stuff home for Chef Annie, and tomorrow's 26th-year anniversary for Chef Annie and I. So I'm gonna bring her home a nice little specialty chicken avocado ranch pizza, specially made for her from Cagino's. And Tony's got a large square pie of that he's gonna bring home for him and his wife. And then I'm gonna just grab a couple other slices and just bring it home. I ain't even worried about heating it up. I'll heat it up when I get home. So that's it for today, and we'll catch you next week sometime. We're talking about, you know, doing a Yonkers dig soon, trying to get everybody on board for the same day. That's tough this time of year, especially for Gene and John, since, you know, Gene maintains the property where he lives, and John there is got his own landscaping and lawn mowing, so he's behind because of all the rain that we had, so he's playing catch up. It'll be a little while before we see John come out and dig with us, unless it's on a weekend. So other than that, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go clean my dirty face off when I get over here to the pizzeria. And catch you next time, guys. See ya. Ciao. Tony says ciao. Later.